We continue today, as we do each and every second Tuesday of the month, with our series called Creating a High Performance Workplace. And each and every month we bring in a business along with someone from the Fox Valley Technical College, and we kind of tie things together. And today we're glad to welcome in Sandra Sandy, who is Executive and Clinical Director at Beaming Incorporated. And sitting right across from me also is Veronica Flower, who is an instructor in the Fox Valley Technical College's Occupational Therapy Assistance Program. And ladies, nice to have you with us here today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, Sandra, we'll start out with you. As I was talking to you off the air, I went on the internet and looked up a little bit about Beaming Incorporated, and it is fascinating. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you folks do?
Okay. Beaming has been around for about 6 years. I was a co-founder with two other women, and we are located in Neenah. We are therapeutic horseback riding, and so we provide riding lessons and horse activities for people with special needs. And our riders are anywhere from age 4 through adult, and they have diagnoses including autism, sensory integration dysfunction, traumatic brain injuries, spina bifida, you name it. We put people on a horse.
Wow. And you were, I had said I really never heard of using horses for therapy, but you had said horse therapy has been around for, 30, possibly even 40 years?
Sure. In the United States. NARA is North American Riding for the Handicapped Association, and they are a certifying agency. And they started in 1969 in the United States, but it has been around for a long time and actually started in Europe.
Oh, okay. So what made you decide that our area needed a organization like this?
Yes. I'm an occupational therapist, and I've been working in the Valley for about 28 years in a lot of different settings. And I've also had a love of horses, have been involved with horses for years. And I saw a conference seminar on therapeutic horseback riding about 10 years ago, and I just got goosebumps. It was the perfect combination of the two things that I really love. And so I decided that I was going to start something in the Valley because we had nothing here in the Fox Valley. It's non-traditional, it's something very different, and it also offers a recreational activity that has been missing in the Valley for people with special needs.
Okay, and I want to go back to that in just a moment and ask you a little bit about how that kind of all works together and stuff like that. But Veronica Flower, who I mentioned is an instructor in the Fox Valley Technical College's Occupational, this is a long title, Therapy Assistance Program, is also with us. And when I was looking at the information prior to the interview here, I was trying to figure out who's doing the teaching and who's doing the learning here. And this is sort of like a 50-50 situation, isn't it, where you're learning too at Fox Valley Technical College, as is the folks out at Beaming.
Absolutely, absolutely. We have our Fieldwork 1 students. They're in their second semester at Fox Valley Tech in the OTA program, and they have an opportunity to go out and be with Sandra out at Beaming in this fieldwork experience. It's really their first opportunity to devote some hours, 27 hours in a semester actually, to go out and be with the therapist and really see occupational therapy in practice in a diverse amount of settings. And Beaming is a very special setting, and I loved what she had to say about how it's the perfect combination for her of being a therapist and involving what she loves to do. And for our students, at this point in their learning, we're trying to teach them this whole concept of therapeutic use of self as therapists, and really the idea of using purposeful and meaningful activity to tap in with your clients. And as a therapist, you need to do that as well. So many students who have a passion for animals or recreational activities, this is such a neat match, and they get to go out and see Sandra working with clients, and it's this first exposure of really seeing that being modeled for them.
So it's not necessarily that they're going to go into this area of therapy. It's just another one of the tools that is available to them.
Absolutely. A way to teach them the whole concept of professionalism and working with clients, the use of meaningful activity for clients, and that collaboration. So
now, Sandra, we just have a short amount of time here, and I know this is kind of a big subject to talk about, but when a client does come to you, somebody that needs the therapy and that, what's the first thing you do, to introduce the person to the horse, or how does that all work?
Sure. We do an intake where we'll do somewhat of a screening first, and then if the client is appropriate, if they don't have any contraindications to riding, they'll come in and we do an evaluation with them approximately a week or so before their first lesson. And usually this is as much for us to gather information as for that rider, whether it's a child or an adult, to become familiar with the barn, get to meet the horses, and get an idea of what it's going to be like. Then we do schedule them for group lessons, and they start out with usually 2 to 3 other people in the lesson with them, and we go through a series of weekly lessons, and everything from activities on horseback to the grooming activities around the horse, feeding a horse after their lesson. So it's a very all-encompassing type of activity.
Oh, so it isn't just riding the horse.
No.
You get involved in all of the activities of taking care of the horse.
Absolutely.
Wow. This is just so fascinating. I
Yes.
just think this is. I'm sorry that I never heard of this before.
Oh.
No, this is really, really good. And how long does a patient or a client usually are they with you? I imagine that must vary.
Right. It does. They come in for about a 45-minute lesson, and that's the whole experience, start to finish. Some of our clients have been with us since we started in 2005, since our first riding season. Some of them will be with us for several months, and then they decide they're going to go on to something else. But many of our clients stay with us year after year.
Oh, okay. And eventually it has a healing effect, or it helps them immensely in
Right.
the healing process.
Right. What happens is the rhythmical movement of the horse, as well as the rotational components of the way the horse moves, mimic the human walking pattern. And it also encourages a lot of postural improvements. People gain strength, they gain balance, coordination, lots of social and language skills. We play games within the activities, so our kids have to learn to interact with each other as well as their animal. It also improves self-esteem, lots of assertiveness. When you have a little 40-pound girl managing a 1,000-pound animal, it's pretty incredible what happens.
Okay, and I imagine the horses get a lot out of this.
Oh, they love it. And they know their riders.
Oh, I bet they do. Yeah.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
As I said, our time is short. If people are interested in more information on Beaming Incorporated, how do they get information? The website?
Yes, they can go on our website, which is www.beaminginc.com, or they can contact me. The phone number is 920-470-6683.
Okay, great. Now, Veronica, what happens now? Where do you go from here with the Beaming Incorporated? Is there anything that happens in the future with your relationship with them? Does that continue? Or?
I think we just continue to strengthen this relationship. You know, there are so many students that when they learn about this opportunity for field work, it's so eye-opening, because many people think of OT being in traditional settings, you know, in physical rehab settings, in geriatric settings, and then when they hear about this new innovative therapy to them, even though it's not so new, it's just a very exciting thought that they can take something that's passionate to them and put it into practice, as many therapists are doing, taking what's important to them and bringing it to their clients. So we'll just continue to strengthen that.
Well, what a wonderful collaboration between Beaming Incorporated and the Fox Valley Technical College Occupational Therapy Assistance Program. This is just dynamite. This is one of the most fun interviews I've ever done, because I've learned so much, and we'll have to have you back sometime just to tell us a little bit more about it.
I would love to.
Now, Veronica, I know you wanted to get a quick mention in about the annual Fox Valley Wheelchair Wash coming up.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bob. It's the 10th annual Fox Valley Community Wheelchair Wash and Health Fair. It's being held on Saturday, May 1st, and starting at 8 a.m., going until noon. And it's out at Fox Valley Technical College. We'll be at entrance 9. And the way to register for this event is to call Affinity Nurse Direct, and the number is 1-800-362-9900, and if you can call by April 23rd to register, that will be great.
Very good. Well, thanks for stopping by today, talking with Sandra Sandy, Executive Clinical Director at Beaming Incorporated, and Veronica Flower, instructor with the Fox Valley Technical College Occupational Therapy Assistance Program. Very nice to have met you, and come back and visit again, would you?
Thank you very much.
Right.
Thank you.